Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Something About Sports, the sports podcast for, well, people that may not know much about sports. But we're here to just give you that little bit of a tidbit of information that in case you ever catch yourself in that bit where you got to talk about sports, you'll know something about sports. I am your host, Jake Eilerman, and I am being joined by a wonderful guest tonight. You guys may not know him, but you've seen his work because he is the wonderful producer, sound guy, pretty much who runs the show behind the scenes. Frank, welcome to Something About Sports.
Yeah, I will say your show is the show for people that don't like sports because I produce every episode that we've done, and I have come away with knowledge I didn't have prior that would allow me to talk about sports in some dynamic,
That's why you're here. We've given you enough in the last few episodes that you felt confident. You said, I want to come on and talk something about sports.
Let's do it. Let's get into the NFL draft. No.
No, I said, start doing the names from the Key and Peele thing and see how many of them are Key and Peele names and how many are real.
Yeah, but since you told me the topic of this episode, I was like, well, I can talk about that because that's my type of sports, like weird shit, like wild shit.
So to get right into it, we're actually going to talk about, since we have American sports are coming back, we've got baseball coming back. Basketball is about to do their weird Disneyland tournament thing, whatever the hell they're doing. But we thought we needed to talk about some weird sports and sports around the world that maybe people didn't even know about that are actually pretty fucking cool. And some of these you may have heard of, but didn't know that in other countries, they're actually professional sports that can win you a shit ton of money. But we're going to get into the first one right now, but we're going to start right here in the good old US of A. But it's like a third world country because, damn it, it's so backwoods. I love it. We are talking about the LWC.
Yeah, and don't get it confused with still sports or something like that. There's several different variations on this particular type of activity.
And we are talking the Lumberjack World Championships.
Yeah, this is my shit. Out of all the ones that I saw you list for this episode, this one I was like, I have watched that on purpose many times.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
It blows my mind.
Dude, the fact that, I mean, there are people that, I mean, this is some crazy shit. I mean, we've got, the women. Like, the women in this, I'm pretty sure theirs are bigger than mine. Like,
probably. To be able to, first of all, the one that gets me every time I see it is there's this one where they have to chop like a notch into a standing pole and then put a board in it and then stand on that board and chop a nut. It's so fucking dangerous. It's like all of them are fairly dangerous, but
just the amount of technique, like in the burling and that stuff. I mean, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, this here is
what goes into it.
Yeah, this is where they're standing on a log and they're trying to chop through it, right?
So many toes. One slip up, your foot is gone. Like they are walking away a bloody stump. Like that is. I don't know how accurate you are, but I don't use one very often because of this. Look at that balance.
Yeah,
I would have fell, bashed my face.
Yeah.
Oh, she made it 4 times farther than I would.
Or this crazy shit. It would take me for fucking ever to climb a pole, and that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh man, fuck that.
No.
But this one does look fun. Like when they're using the axes like this, and it's not that dangerous.
I still feel like though you miss and God knows what could happen.
Yeah, I grew up chopping.
You let go of that thing. If one of those guys just doesn't have a handle on that thing and that bitch goes flying, dude, you're taking somebody out.
Yeah, I grew up chopping wood. We burned wood my whole childhood. So
Nice.
like we had to go to the woods. My dad would saw a tree down, and then we would split it into burnable, slabs. So I mean, I know how hard it is to do this shit, and I just have a lot of appreciation for, like, especially this shit. Good
Yes.
Lord, to chop through to saw through a giant log like that with
It is amazing to watch. Like what's on our screen right now. These are couples.
yeah.
These are like married couples that do this professionally, and it's like I guarantee they have to have the happiest marriages because they just all their aggression. They're just like, you know what? Pick a fight. Tell me my lasagna sucked last night. Let's go.
Yeah, but basically, I mean, I love watching it. They used to play it on like ESPN2 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I would always watch it, and I would hate to be there, I'll be honest. It looks like not my scene, but it's very fun to watch.
Oh, dude, it's one of those it's an amazing thing to watch. But we're gonna move on from there, and we're gonna hop over to Berlin.
Ah,
yes, to the two things that I did not they're both things I didn't know you could put them together. But that is chess boxing.
yeah. Now you might have heard of what is that? What is that event in the Olympics where they have to ski and then shoot a gun?
Yeah,
like shit that don't make sense.
Yeah, but you never thought that. I feel like this was a bunch of like nerds that got beat up in Berlin that were like, someday I'm gonna be able to punk one of these guys out. And then from years of like getting punched in the face, they're like, you know what? I also found I could take a punch.
Well,
so yes, it is exactly what you think it is.
If you look at how serious these people are, German people especially, are about chess, I bet this came from a lot of fist fights that happened from chess matches.
They're like, you know what? After the fight, I don't agree with you. Let's go a few rounds. It is a 11 round event where 6 rounds of boxing and 5 rounds of chess.
Now, I watched a little bit of it. I'm going to pull a little bit of it up here. I couldn't tell if they switched it up back and forth, like boxing, then chess, then boxing.
No. But like you got to figure out like it's brain damage by the end of it.
Yeah. But it's just so wild that they are sitting there and then they have to, do they move the table? Like, I guess they have to, right?
Yeah.
You can't fuck the game up.
The fucking gloves on in between.
Yeah.
And I want to know, is your boxing trainer also your chess trainer?
You would have to
is he
have
over there like, who moves the king there, you dumb shit? Go knock his ass out. Like,
yeah, I think you would definitely have to have 2 separate coaches. I mean, there's no way.
One's smart and the other one, is a half brain dead. Like,
yeah. Now here, are they done with a round and they're going to go back to chess now? See, that's what I couldn't tell by watching the little bit that I watched. Or no, they're just going to. Oh no, they're back at chess here.
No, they're bouncing back and forth.
That is weird as fuck, man. I guess that's why they do it, though. They get bashed in the face a bunch, and then they got to try to think, and then they go back to it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig into this for sure, way more.
Either that, or I think we need to take a fucking trip to Berlin. So anybody that's hearing us that's in Berlin, we fly us over so we can compete in an amateur chess boxing match. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I suck at chess, and I probably can't take a punch for shit. But I'm just curious as to how the hell this works.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna let us in, but, but yeah,
I'm not smart enough or athletic enough. And you can do both. Like,
I learned how to play chess in I think 3rd or 4th grade. My teacher had a real.
I learned. That doesn't mean I'm good at it though.
I like playing it, but I lose almost every time because I make a lot of bad decisions and I can't think ahead. So,
well, because ironically with this, you'd have to think with your head.
Yeah.
So.
And I suck at boxing. I've only done it once, but
I'll see. I did it for a few years.
I thought, I'm big, and the dude I was boxing's much smaller than me, but he also knew how to box. He knew how to block his face, and I was just swinging wild, and he was dinking me right in the face with little jabs enough to where I was dizzy, and I was like, I'm done.
Now imagine if you then had to go sit down and be like, oh, so where's my king's go?
I also had a hard time not getting pissed. If you can get hit in the face by somebody several times and not get pissed off at that person and still have shake hands at the end, I give you a lot of respect, because I had one of my good friends punch me 5-6 times, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude!" I was done with him. But
then of course, then you got to sit down and be like, so I'm gonna move my over to here. Then again, when you're boxing, how are you not thinking about your next move too?
Yeah.
When I got down there, the pup was over here. Oh crap, he's hitting me.
Yeah. I can't even remember the last time I won chess.
Probably neither one of these guys can either.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a sport for me.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. We found the sport. We found the sport for Frank.
I can get punched a bunch and then still lose at chess. So
yeah. Now, on to our next one. Here's one that I bet you've played many times. You just never knew.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the game of Jenkin?
I don't believe I've played Jenkin before.
Liar.
I'm a liar. Okay.
I bet you've even played it with people that are on other podcasts on our network.
You think so?
Never knew. I do.
Okay.
Why?
Why is that?
It is more commonly known in the American culture as rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I've probably, I don't know if I've played that with any of, I don't know. My kids definitely.
Right?
Well, I've had to teach them how to play paper, rock, scissors to decide disputes. To
exactly.
They're always like, can I use the TV when we get home? And I'm like, paper, rock, scissors, best 2 out of 3. Something like that.
I like that you call it paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah, I don't. Rochambeau I didn't hear about until South Park, and I was like, why are they calling it that?
But so there is actually in Chinese, I'm sorry, Chinese and in Japan, they actually have professional rock paper scissors leagues, and it's apparently super intense. It's one of their most intense, people are sitting there dead quiet, how in the US with golf, where people are you can't talk during a golf match, which let's be honest, I golf and that's really fucking annoying. So,
yeah.
Now imagine, that intense trying to decide between if you get to have more TV time against that. Imagine it being so intense that, are you ready for this? This is what you can win in a tournament. $100,000.
Wow.
In a tournament.
What a boring thing, though, right? I mean, do they?
No, apparently.
Let's see what they do.
Intense.
If they flash it up, I'll be like, all right, well, but
look at that. Look at those stairs.
It's very intense.
Right?
Yeah, this reminds me of when they did oh man, the reveal.
Oh.
Yeah, but this reminds me of when they did arm wrestling
right
on ESPN. Oh man, that girl is really fucking sad, and it was just one.
Well, could you imagine losing $100,000 simply because you get paper?
But it's not even best 2 out of 3. It's just you one. It's
Boom.
One go. Whoever wins moves on.
Boom.
That's serious shit. I wonder if people bet on it. I bet.
Oh, I guarantee it. There's got to be some
yeah.
I can't. What's the Akusa or whatever the mafia version of them? Oh shit.
She's fucking serious as hell, man. This shit is
she hit the salute. You see that? She was like, salute.
She's like, they're probably like, this is ex-military, whatever her name is. Like,
yeah. Holy.
Let's see who wins here. I'm going to go with weird cartoon hat.
Oh, no, dude. It's security girl.
I don't know. It's like a weird mouse thing or whatever, and a girl looks like she's in Resident Evil as a security guard. Oh, man. I was right. Cartoon hat won. Wow.
You pre-scanned this. This is bull.
I did not. I watched a completely different set of videos.
Liar. I'm calling the Yakuza. You're trying to... But that's intense. Like, that rock, paper, scissors is and like that, you can watch it. Now, mind you, they're putting wonderful colors on that one, but it can get fucking intense.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that pay to go watch these people compete for money and shit.
There was a lot of money put into that production right there. Like,
oh, dude.
Top to bottom.
Yeah.
They even had, like, little signs for the fans to have. I mean, they're putting money into little shit even. So.
Yeah, and we get off enjoying slap contests.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like a good slap contest.
Oh, fuck that. That one, I didn't want to put too many of those kinds of things in here, but that almost not included is the freaking the slap contest, especially the one video that made it all over like Facebook and stuff for the one dude with the weird ass eyes. That he slapped the tattoos off that man.
That shit is so crazy to me. That's another thing. I would never sign up for that. I mean,
fuck no. Dude, I'd drop in a fucking set. I'm talking the guy that places last place would knock my ass out.
Oh yeah, I have no stamina for that kind of stuff at all. But
not when you see they train by slapping watermelons like and shatter them. But one dude has a video where he tosses it and he slaps it and it like disintegrates. Like that's no.
Yeah, that's definitely a bar sport. That was born out of drunken nonsense.
Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely.
I almost guarantee in the South.
Yeah. Now I
can take a slap bigger than you.
Now I know what your next topic is going to be, and I cannot wait to hear you try to say it because I couldn't say it. Let's hear it.
Pierre Le Pen.
Say again.
Pierre Le Pen.
Nice. Did you look that pronunciation up? Or?
I didn't. I'm completely bullshitting. So if I'm right, somebody please go on our videos on Facebook and be like, fucking great job.
It's close enough, man. It's weird.
Yeah, I was sitting here before trying to figure out if I could figure out how to do the Google thing to see how to actually say it. But
yeah, it's spelled Fierl Jepplen. So, I mean, fuck.
Yeah. We're going with Pierre Le Pen. Sounds good. But this is a Dutch game that is also known as far leaping to our American people. And I actually remember seeing this like a video of this on Facebook or something that I thought it was the coolest looking sport. But the more I looked into it, it's an insane sport.
Yeah, if you follow the YouTube spiral on this one, you're going to end up finding a lot of tragic accidents, I believe.
Oh, I guarantee it. Because if you suck, you're falling into a rocky water.
Yeah.
If you're good, you land on hard fucking sand.
Yeah, in the best case scenario, it's still going to suck.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
got to climb all the way up.
Look at that.
Oh.
God.
Yeah. No
that
thanks.
Feel good. Mind you, she hops up like a boss, but that can't feel good.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then what if you fall backwards the other way? what if you fall backwards and hit yourself on that dock? Like,
right?
Forget that shit. But yeah, this is definitely this has to be like an ancient kind of sport or something.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those. I mean,
oh
God,
man,
oh Jesus.
you really
And then you look at, if you're the greatest ever, like, and you break the record, which we'll talk about here in a minute, you're hitting the people. You're landing on a bunch of people. Because you look at how close they are.
Oh man, it makes me nervous. It makes me so nervous every time I see one of them come down.
Yeah. Look at this. They're on a hill right next to a street.
But I mean, to have to climb a pole like that, and then that's just terrifying to me. Oh man.
Jesus.
That
dude got up like, I'm good. I didn't just almost die.
I mean, how do you even train for this? Do you just do this over
How
and
do you
over
not?
again?
How do you not like snap your freaking ankle?
Right.
You were in a free fall of, this dude's just chilling and thinking, like, I'm gonna watch the next guy. Hey, thanks. I'll have a drink.
Wild stuff, man.
What's crazy is, so the world record for this, okay, is 70 feet 7 inches. Okay, and that is 23 and a half yards. So if you imagine standing at the almost 25-yard line of a football field, that's how far these people are going from running to up to down.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
It's crazy, man. It makes you wonder why, like, all these foreign sports like this, why there's no weird shit like this in the United States, because we all came from over there,
right.
Like, why wouldn't there still be these weird pole based things?
There is, except we did it as pole vaulting, because we essentially went, hey, instead of trying to
kill ourselves,
fling ourselves through the air, we're gonna jump onto our mat. We're gonna do height instead of distance. Like, we took the ideas that they had in these and then went, how can we change it to where, we're not trying to wreck ourselves into a fucking crowd.
Yeah. I imagine the appeal early on with that sport, it would be seeing people get demolished, because
that's the fucking NASCAR. That's the NASCAR effect of this sport, is watching some dude, or better yet, some dude that gets like up near the top and stuff gets fucking caught.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
fun. He's just hanging there like a dick.
Think about before they put the sand down. It was probably just the ground.
Rock hard.
Fucking in it.
Grass.
But it's weird that they don't even wear helmets or anything.
No, nothing. There's no padding. They're not even wearing shoes. If you look at those videos, they're not wearing shoes. They're wearing
That's true.
The one girl had a brace on her ankle, and I think that's fucking it.
Yeah, and that's probably from a previous injury from doing
that.
Yeah, I'll stay on the ground, I think.
Yeah, I'm good. And because there's so much that goes into that fucking sport. Because you got to get enough distance, which I don't even understand why the fuck they're running.
Well, I guess you got to get enough.
Climb the thing, but
you got to get enough. You got to get enough speed to tip the pole over all the way. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck right up there.
That's true.
So, but yeah, and you want to hit it as high as you can. So, I don't know. Definitely, and I'm gonna look that shit up too. This is all stuff I'm gonna watch later on.
And that's the point of something about sports, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now, you're a big fan of horror films, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about zombie movies?
They're one of my favorite genres, I guess you could say.
Well, then, boy, have we found the sport for you.
There's a zombie sport?
Damn near.
So what's this?
This is Botaoshi.
Botaoshi. So that's from an Asian country, I assume.
Yes, it is a Japanese sport. Originated in Japanese, also played in other Asian cultures. But it is a Another sport that we kind of we Americanized and played as children. Do you remember trying to play like King of the Hill or
Sure. Yeah.
King of the Mountain? I'm sorry.
Yeah, where
King of the Hill was a wonderful show.
You just try to push people off the hill.
Yes, but it was usually like a bigger hill or some type of contraption that okay. Now let's make that some bitch about the size of a baseball bat. Put one dude on top.
Okay.
Fucking everybody else is going after his ass.
So they're trying to knock this gentleman off of the pole.
Yes.
And so I assume one team is trying to keep him on the pole, and
Correct.
the other team is trying to destroy it.
75 and 75, and this is got to be the most anxiety.
75 people.
75.
Oh my god!
Look at this. Something that doesn't look like a damn zombie apocalypse.
So there's like what we're looking at here is most of the guys are on the bottom. Then there seem to be 3 guys up towards the top of this pole that are kicking and trying to keep this dude up on top.
Dude, this is intense.
So I assume if they get up to the top, oh shit. Do they have 2 teams? I don't know what we're watching here. Are we watching 2 teams go at the same time, or
I think
or
so.
2 different games? I don't know. There's a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see a point happen. I guess that happens when oh man, that dude's clothes are getting torn off.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Look at these dudes getting trampled. They're like legit fighting each other right now.
Oh my god. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. I guess there's a point on the top of the view.
Because the whole thing is you want to get to the top. You want to get so the green are trying to get to the top.
Are they trying to
touch that top? They have to touch the top.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know what these planes are all about.
Yeah, I don't know
are planes involved? I don't know.
Not see that in the rules.
And then once they get the guy on the top, then planes come by.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
Does that not look like a freaking zombie movie?
That is crazy.
Like just all these things just suddenly. And definitely look at that because for the people that are listening to it on podcast, we'll spell it for you because it is BO, I guess dash TAOSHI. Go and watch this. It is the craziest shit.
They need to Americanize that shit and give us some good commentary and stuff. You know, I want a respectable TV show with that kind of thing on it because. Good Lord.
Yeah, 75 people die each episode.
We
have to replace teams every time because half of them die being trampled.
Yeah, I'd love to see that draft. Like, it takes 16 hours. It's just endless. But, yeah.
And this team is picking these 12. And they're like, instead of them like being excited, like, oh my god, I've been drafted, they're like, oh great, I'm gonna die.
You got to think about it though. Are there like all stars in this sport? Because it seems like everybody's on the same.
Yeah,
level.
if you live to make the next match, you're an all-star. They're like, he's lived to 3 matches. Impressive.
Based on the footage we just watched, they all look like stormtroopers. Basically, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So
the color on their jersey is the only thing different.
There's
I
not
want to
even
know how many people who kick the shit out of their own like teammate just not realizing it. They're just throwing haymakers. They're like, oh, sorry, Barry.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that happens. But there's not even I couldn't see any identifying markings, you know, like numbers or names or anything.
Fucking chaos.
So yeah. Check it out. Check out the All-Stars. They probably have some sort of cards. They go with that.
It's all of them bloody. Every single one of them, like they start looking like the like football players in the 60s and 70s. They're all just missing teeth with like blood.
For sure.
Or the greatest image I think I've ever seen is the I think it's a Packers Packers game or something in the 30s or 40s, and it's a quarterback on the side of the field, like at halftime, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
One of the greatest images is this dude just, and it's either a cigarette or a cigar, because he's just like, I'm like,
cigar,
that's fucking American. Like,
a cigar seems even crazier, doesn't it? Like,
oh, dude, they were fucking insane back then. They didn't have you look at like the helmets today, like concussion protocol helmets and everything. Back then, they were like, I'll put on a strap of leather and kick you in the nuts. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Like none of the players like from back then, like none of them were like, oh, I went on to be a scholar. They're like, no, he went on to be brain dead.
Yeah, basically. He went on to buy a bar and beat his wife. And,
that's it. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a bunch of good sports you guys can check out. I recommend them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Right? We definitely found a good list of things when they're like, well, tough guys in sports just aren't tough anymore. You're like, bullshit. I got five of them right here that are tougher than any fucking American sport we have.
That's true. No pads.
And I'm including the women of the LWC in that.
Yeah.
Those women are tougher than most NFL
Jacks and Lumberjills. So.
Yes. I feel like that's offensive.
Lumberjill.
That just sounds fucking sexist. You're like, I'm not a lumberjack. She's a lumberjill. I'm like, lumberjill can whoop my ass. So
yeah. It's like comedian, you know, comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, fun time on the show.
Thank you for wonderfully stepping from behind the darkness to jump on here with me and getting to enjoy talking something about sports. But that has been our show for this week. So when you guys have those moments in time that you need something to talk about, we're here. And that way you guys can always have something about sports to talk about. You guys have a great night.